Hi everybody, it's me, and today I'm talking about a conspiracy about the Beatles. That's what I'm talking about. And the Beatles are the greatest artists of all time, in my opinion. I have all their albums, literally, from Please Please Me to Let It Be. And let me just say that this might offend some people, and a lot of people don't believe this. It might sound a little bit like a bunch of baloney at the beginning, but it's really not. I promise. There's actual proof. And yeah. So, Paul McCartney supposedly died on, some people say September 11th, 1966. Some people say November 9th. None of those are true. The last public appearance seen by the original Paul McCartney was September 13th, 1966, so it couldn't have been before that. And Paul McCartney, or the fake Paul, Fall, that's what people call him, he went out for Kenya on November 6th, 1966. So it's in between those days. That's what it is. And so that's what I have to say about that. And let me just say, they hid a bunch of clues in their albums and songs by backmasking, which is playing records backwards, by spinning it with your hand. It's really cool. And you could hear stuff like, Paul is a dead man, miss him, miss him, miss him. There's a ton of clues. There's at the end of Strawberry Fields, John says, I buried Paul. Some people say he says cranberry sauce, but he doesn't. I checked the end. If you listen to Anthology 2, you can actually hear him say, I buried Paul. John said it. That you can actually hear him. He says it twice, actually. Not many people know that, but he says it twice. He does. And what I'm going to say next, in the 2000s, which is just recently, there's been a DNA testing. This is getting really strange. People have noticed how Paul has looked different over time. It's changing Paul. That's what they call it. And, yeah, the rumor became widespread. But then they noticed something. He didn't look the same, and the thing was, there was a girl, and she was the daughter of somebody who allegedly was the mother of a girl who was fathered by Paul McCartney. Yeah, so she was with Paul McCartney, and they had a child together. They had an affair. They were together, and the picture you are seeing right now is a supposed double, and they had an affair. And the thing is, they both confirmed that they were related to Paul McCartney. They both confirmed that, and that Paul was the father. So they did a DNA testing, and Paul said, or Fall said, he was not the father. But DNA proved that he was. They did not prove he was. They proved that in 1966 there was DNA of Paul's fingerprints from Japan in 1966. And so they used that instead. And then they also accidentally compared it to the DNA that Fall gave, and they were different. So that means that they're not the same person. Strange. All right. So in 2004, there was a man or woman that gave an anonymous confession. This is where it gets weird. They gave an anonymous confession and said he's buried in a cemetery near Crouch End under the name Peter James McIlroy. George and Ringo went to the funeral, but John never did. And they said that his uncle helped bury Paul. So a lot of people checked, and there was a place called Highgate Cemetery, which is very near Crouch End, and it does have his name on it. And they said that the person who's buried there, his name is not Peter James McIlroy. Somebody is secretly buried there. That is what they told them. And they will, no matter how much you pay, they will not tell you who's buried there. And Peter James McIlroy is a pseudonym of Paul McCartney. Peter Michael McCartney was Paul's sister. So that's where, Paul's brother, sorry. I don't know why I said sister. Paul McCartney's brother. And, so Peter, that's his first name. Peter, and then Paul's first name is James. Actual first name is James. So Peter, James, and McIlroy. It has something to do with the McCartney family. I don't remember what, but it does have something to do with it. So Peter James McElroy, it's a pseudonym. And yeah, so you can tell. And there was so much proof. There's a website called pid.hoop.law. That's the website. There is so much proof. And I'm not going to go through all of it, but I'm just telling you the stuff that I know most about. And it's very strange. This is my first conspiracy video. I'm going to kind of wrap it up now. And I really want you to watch more. I'm going to make more conspiracy videos in the future. And I might even make one or two more videos about this, maybe 3. And yeah, so you should really check out this theory. It is strange. It's really spooky. It scares me. Sometimes I go researching it at the middle of the night, and it's really scary. So don't do that, because it'll scare you too. So that's what I'm talking about. So bye. Subscribe, like. You don't have to. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and like. But if you didn't, I wouldn't do it. No. But just do it instead. So bye.